Sounds like you have some injuries. Any updates you can give us on the new ones?
Just obviously Marcus is day to day, so we'll see how he does. He felt his hamstring a little bit in the reserve game, so we're just trying to be careful with that. Andy Rose the same, and Alex Caskey. We're going to make a decision this week because he's been having some ankle issues, and it started to get better, and this weekend was sort of the test: is it really getting better or not? And he struggled with it in the game, so we'll probably make a decision early this week.
Is it particularly important to get those, if those need to be long-term situations or not, since the transfer window is opening up?
We'll try and make them short-term situations. Alex's situation might require surgery, but it would just be sort of a clean out, so it's something that might only keep him out for a couple of weeks. And then the hamstrings are just, hopefully a week to 2 weeks max.
You'll be able to keep Herrick around?
Well, he's here as the league goalkeeper. Obviously, any team in the league can claim him and so forth. So with the injury, we'll see as we get closer to the weekend, we'll see what we do.
And how's Alonso come along?
Good. He did the work this weekend that we wanted him to do, so he'll be full in training tomorrow.
And so the expectation is that then he'd be ready for the weekend?
Expectation is he should be able to play this weekend, yeah.
The way the West is coming together so far this season, is that formula of 1.5 points per game going to be enough, do you think, to get there?
I think at the end of the day it will be, because you still got to play each other. So not everybody can keep rolling forward the same amount of points. I mean, from early in the season where Dallas was when they came in here to play us, I said Dallas might fall back to the pack, which they're starting to do at this stage. Portland took a loss this weekend as well. I know they played shorthanded with the red card, but they certainly miss a key element to their game when Will Johnson's not there. And so we just see how these next weekend's games go. For us, we're obviously disappointed because we wanted to get more out of Vancouver, and I thought, again, looking at the game and editing the game, I thought we did a good job of creating chances in that game. But at the end of the day, we didn't get goals, so we got to go down to San Jose, get some goals, and take the victories in the remaining games this month if we can.
Was it just a matter of finishing, or was there anything else you noticed in the last game? Kind of looking back over it?
I think early in the game, and Oba and me talked about it as well, Oba was dropping too deep into midfield looking for the ball, and when you look at our chances that we got in that game, they, in all those situations, Oba and Eddie were up top together, and so that's something that we have to do. I think also just challenging for loose balls in midfield, challenging for headers that are up there, 50-50 balls, things like that. We got to do a little bit better job of that as well.
Shawry seemed to be in the middle of a lot of those chances. What do you think of his play, and how important is his ability to kind of those long balls?
I thought Chalry's stint off the bench against DC was good, and he followed that up, I thought, with a good game in Vancouver. So I thought his energy level was up. When his energy level's up, he's on the ball more, and we all know that he can do good things when he's on the ball. So as long as he brings that energy, then he gets on the ball, then he helps our team.
Are Oba and Ite working their way through how to play together and both be high forwards at the same time?
Yeah. I think it's just a matter of continuing to work and continuing to build that understanding. There were a couple times Oba took one shot where Eddie made a good run. He could have maybe slipped Eddie in. So there's that one, but there was also a couple of times where they combined off each other. I just think, that just takes over time. That's going to take a little bit of time, and, same thing, trying to get Lamar comfortable coming from the wing, but even Lamar coming from the wing, I mean, he had 3 really good looks on goal. When you, as a winger, if you can get your winger to get 3 really good looks on goal like he had, I think that's a good place to be. So we just got to continue to work, and eventually it'll come together.
From day one, you guys have always been so good on the road. Never had a losing record on the road in any season. 3-5-1 now. Have you noticed any, common threads to road performance this year?
No, I mean, we're halfway there. We still got a lot more games to go on the road. I think, early in the season we lost some games that we didn't feel good about, losing on the road that we didn't compete with. But, I feel confident that we'll get some more road wins as we go forward.
This is a switch of competitions, but even with all the attention on World Cup qualifying, what would CONCACAF success mean to the U.S.? Gold Cup, I'm sorry.
Gold Cup success? I mean, Gold Cup's important because it's now, I think, the winner of this Gold Cup and the winner of the next Gold Cup playoff for the opportunity to play in the next Confederations Cup. So there's there's meaning to it. It used to be there was only meaning every other year or every other competition for the Gold Cup. So obviously being successful, even though some of the countries have sent what you might call their B team, I think still having success in the Gold Cup is still something that's important to all the countries in CONCACAF.
Is the absence of the two Sounders an indication that they're part of the A team for the United States these days?
Well, it's Jurgen's been very cognizant excuse me, of making sure that the MLS players don't get, burned out and used too much, in these series of games. And so, he had pretty much, made the commitment that if he used guys for the qualifying rounds, then he would use a different set of guys in the Gold Cup. And he's honored that not just with the Sounders, but with Omar Gonzalez and Besler and Zuzi and guys like that. So, I think it's a good way to be and allows him to look at other players.
For yourself, do you look at the Gold Cup matches and scout potential new talent to bring in?
Yeah, we're always looking. We're always looking. So we'll watch the games that are here on Thursday. We'll make sure we get somebody down to watch the games on tomorrow as well in Portland, and then you try and watch as many games as you can on TV.
Yedlin came through okay, I guess, in Vancouver.
Yeah. He came through okay. I mean, injury-wise, his shoulder's getting stronger. His range of motion is pretty full right now.
So I think you said you thought he was about 60 minutes fit on the weekend. Do you feel like
well,
he was
not so much fitness. We just thought at 60 minutes, then the shoulder would start bothering him and he'd start dragging it. So him being able to get now a full week of training is going to help.
I guess he turns 20 tomorrow. Is he starting to feel like an old man?
Yeah, he told me. He said he's going to dye his hair gray in honor of his 20th birthday.
Anything else?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Give your full 90 with the Sounders FC mobile app, featuring live audio, matchday blog, and much more to keep you connected. Download your app at soundersfc.com/mobile.